Hey guys, welcome to yet another full auto plus run in DFFOO Global Mox Intersecting Wheels. In this run, it's going to be a party of Warrior of Lite, Garnet, and Gladio. Although this is a full auto plus run, which means that you really just have to hit the start button and come back roughly about 10 minutes later. The whole run takes about 10 minutes, fully auto plus, and you should see a victory screen. That being said, there are a few things that you should take note of. Firstly, there is one debuff in this fight that is particularly crippling, which is the Freeze Debuff that the boss can land on you when they counter-attack your attacks in the snowstorm. To get around that, all you need to do is ensure that you have 5 buffs or debuffs mixed before that attack lands. And in doing so, the freeze debuff should not stick. Luckily, the boss actually helps you in that regards, because when the boss hits 30% force gauge, they will land 2 frame debuffs on your entire party. So that means that you really just need to have 3 more frame buffs to make up the 5 buff/debuff total. To that end, Gladio is a no-brainer because he himself will have 5 frame buffs as such, and then Warrior of Lite's shield will give him 6 frame buffs, so it's a non-issue for him. Warrior of Lite also shouldn't be much of an issue, but the issue really is with Garnet, where she will need to have all the frame buffs and debuffs on her to give her immunity to freeze. This also means that you need to take full use of the debuffs that the boss lands on you when he hit 30% force gauge, and that needs to stretch all the way to the end of the fight, because the boss will not reapply those debuffs ever again in the entire fight, since you'll be entering Force Time. This means that the ultimate weapons on all 3 characters are quite important. All 3 of my characters are having 5/5 ultimate weapons, and this allows them to kill off the bosses before the first 2 frame debuffs wear off. Having said this, there is one very easy workaround if you don't have 5/5 ultimate weapons, and that is to simply give someone a Hope base call or LD call ability. Either one is fine. Hope call will land a framed shell and protect, which means that with those 2 frame buffs up, it is impossible for the boss to then land a freeze debuff on you. I did not do that here because that will obviously mean it will no longer be a full 100% auto plus run. But if you're worried about not having enough damage, if you're missing the 5/5 ultimate weapons, or in your trial runs if you see the boss landing a freeze debuff, the workaround to that is just have someone use a hope base call right at the start of the battle, or I guess before the boss hits 30% force gauge. Either way is fine, and that will be enough to make your run more consistent and make the freeze debuff a non-issue. One more minor note is that you could also have Garnet manually use her S2, the Peridot Thunderflash, that gives her 1 additional frame buff, but I don't think you really need it if you are using the Hope call that I mentioned. If you have enough buffs/debuffs to make the freeze debuff a non-issue, then this fight is essentially a cakewalk. There's nothing else that the boss can do that will harm you. Gladio will tank all the attacks, Warrior of Lite's shield will keep you safe, and Warrior of Lite's force time is extremely strong here. Even without any ultimate weapons, you are very likely to be able to win within the 1 force time. In terms of summon, I used the Diablo summon. That's really only because I'm not gonna pop summon mode because it's an auto plus run here. So I decided to go for the Diablo summon to get the boost to Eye Brave, so that Warrior of Lite's shields are stronger. On hindsight, I don't think this is necessary because you have Gladio, the ultimate tank. So instead of Diablo summon, you can consider using something like a Brother summon to give everyone more max brave. And having Brother summon would mean that you can also potentially pop summon mode right at the end of the fight to get 1 free nuke in. But as always, then again, that would mean 1 additional manual input, and it's no longer really a a full Auto Plus run. One final note regarding a little bit of RNG here. Both Warrior of Light and Garnet has Force Echoes, and what you want to hope for in an Auto Plus run is that Warrior of Light uses Force Time before Garnet. There is a small chance, depending on the turn order, that Garnet's turn will come up when you just hit 100% Force Gauge, and that would mean you will enter Garnet's Force Time. If you remove speed passives on Gladio and Garnet, this shouldn't be an issue, and it should be very much consistent that Warrior of Light enters Force Time instead of Garnet. As always, I will list in the video description the speed passives that I removed, so you can take a look there to get an idea as well. If you want to remove this element of RNG completely, you can always of course just toggle Auto Plus off when you are about to hit 100% Force Time, and then just manually control the fight and manually use Warrior of Light's Force Time over Garnet's, and then you can always toggle Auto Plus back on. All these are just options for you to consider. If you do have the proper setup and everyone's fully maxed with 5/5 ultimate weapons, and you did remove the speed passives, then the run should actually be very consistent even in full Auto Plus. If you reach this far, where you are in Warrior of Light's Force Time and you have the 5-frame buff/debuffs, you can take a look at both Garnet and Warrior of Light to get an idea of what I'm referring to. Then really the fight is essentially over. There's really nothing else that can harm you, so just kick back and relax. That's pretty much it for this fight, really pretty straightforward overall. Since there's a little bit of time left, quick mention about Mock's banner. I did use all the free multiples of course, but I didn't want to spend my tickets or gems on the banner. Don't really have a lot of interest in Mock, and the fact is Ruby Kante is coming up next week as well, which I really want to spend my resources on. So I just spent the free pools, didn't get anything at all, so decided to just skip Mock completely. I do have Mock built up to his EX and LD already anyway, and I don't really find any big need to get his FR or PT. If you did skip the banner as well, I do have the ticket mission run featuring Mock, and that run doesn't require Mock to have any weapons at all, and you can just hard carry him through the Shinryu stage to get the ticket mission done. This stage isn't terribly challenging, at least compared to the last event, the whatever event. So don't worry too much, if you didn't get any of Mock's weapon, you can carry him through with top tier units, such as Squall and such. That's it for this run. Enjoy the remainder of the fight as I melt down the bosses in Force Time. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoy the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. Really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!